I just took pre-workout, Monster, and I'm gonna be hitting arms, so triceps, biceps, and forearms. So I hit the full workout, I'm gonna film everything. I'm gonna try to be as quick as I can because we are, like my family, we're celebrating something. And yeah, the workout should be around an hour-ish. An hour, just pure workout. I'm gonna film it all. Tomorrow, I'm gonna film how to get shredded, so let's do it. All right, so the pre-workouts I take is, well, my Monster, whatever, and I take creatine monohydrate. So this is what I usually take. I dry scoop it. I know you shouldn't, but I have no time. I'm kind of running late. All right, so I started my cut a couple days ago, so I'm still kind of fluffy, I'm flat, so this is not like my best look, but I am planning to get really lean for just because I'm will take a break from bulking. And also, I'm at my best when I'm like shredded, so my brain works better. Everything around me just works when I'm shredded, so I also miss being lean. So I'm gonna be getting really shredded this next 2 months, I guess, and we'll see if I'm gonna continue the cut. The light will catch me aside. So it's Wednesday and I started my cut on Sunday. I'm down like a couple pounds, nothing crazy. I'm taking my cut very slowly. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you guys everything I do to be in a deficit. So how to get shredded, how to look amazing. I'm gonna teach you guys everything you need to do. All right, so it took me a long time to make this due to issues that occurred. Anyways, I've been cutting for the past week, so I'm 1 week in my dieting phase, and I'm gonna tell you guys everything I do to get shredded, what you need to do to become lean and shredded. This is not too hard to do. This is actually very easy if you know the formula and what to do. The only hard part is staying consistent, but if you're consistent with anything, you will achieve whatever you want to achieve. So obviously we know to get shredded, you need to be in a calorie deficit, which means that you're eating fewer calories than your body needs to maintain that specific weight you're at. And most people tend to do a big deficit because they want to become lean as fast as possible, which can lead to many issues such as low testosterone, low libido, muscle loss, just feeling off. We don't want that. We want to take our time with this for a few reasons. Obviously, number one, to have zero side effects. Number two, building muscle while getting lean. I'll make a video talking about how that works. Maybe in the next video, I'll talk about it. And number three, actually staying on track. Because if you're doing a crazy, like hardcore diet, you're bound to get off it somehow. So it's better to be easy going in and you'll be able to maintain that easily. So the calorie range I would recommend is 150 to 350. 300 always gonna work, but for me, I was able to make 150 work, which allows me to get lean shorter, but I have zero side effects. I actually feel better when I'm cutting due to the fact that I'm actually in a proper schedule. Because when you're bulking, even though bulking is supposed to be the same thing as cutting in the sense that in the same program, doing everything the same, just you're eating more, people tend to bulk and become kind of lazy. It happens to the best of us. It's happened to me. It is what it is. But when I'm cutting, I feel I'm the most focused. I feel my very best when I'm cutting. So being in a small deficit will help. You should do that. Another thing that I do is I weigh everything, I track everything, consistency in that. Because if you don't track anything, you won't be able to actually be in a deficit and you won't be consistent. You want to be in a linear progression. You don't want to be in a calorie deficit of 500 and then a surplus of 500. You want to make sure you're consistent so we see steady progress. Another tip is having a high protein diet. This seems kind of obvious. Everyone talks about high protein, but the reason why I like to eat a lot of protein is because protein fills you up, first of all. When you eat a lot of protein, it fills you up, you feel full, versus carbs that actually makes you want to eat more. It increases your ghrelin hormone. Protein fills you up. It also has a higher thermic effect, which means it requires more energy, calories, to break down. Obviously, I'm not talking 500 calories, but it's enough to notice a little bit of a difference. Building muscle requires protein, and when you're cutting, you're mostly in a state of vulnerability for your muscles. You could lose muscle if you're not careful. So it's important to have a lot of protein to help retain and build muscle. clearly. So like I said, your training should not be affected. You should be training the same. If anything, you should probably incorporate heavier lifts so you can maintain that heavy load. I feel stronger when I cut sometimes, but it depends on the person, I guess. So make sure you're training heavy. The workouts should be the same. Obviously don't overtrain, but it's very hard to overtrain unless you're a big bodybuilder. That's natural. Another thing that's very important is maintaining good sleep. You shouldn't be partying, you shouldn't be doing drugs, drinking alcohol or anything. You should make sure you're on track with your diet and sleeping 8 hours, but deep, proper sleep. Stay away from the blue lights. I can make a video talking about how to sleep better, but it's just make sure you sleep better. Make sure you have a proper schedule and you stick to it. Make sure your circadian rhythm is on track. Preferably, you should be going to sleep by 10 o'clock, 10 to 11, and be waking up at 6 to 7. That's what I do. I feel amazing. And getting fresh air helps a lot. So those are some tips that I do to get shredded. So tomorrow I'm gonna be hitting chest, and I'm gonna film a little vlog, I guess, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So the video's gonna continue on. So this is a few tips that I do to get shredded. So hope you enjoyed this part, and I'm sorry it took so long for the video.